These are the budget midfielders you should be buying. Who are the best assistant managers this week, and why I'm not looking to captain Mo Salah. Welcome to the Gianni YouTube show. Hope you guys are well and you're looking forward to the game week ahead. Of course, these are my early thoughts. We do this every Monday. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see how many plans I'm locked in on and how many are still up for grabs. If you enjoy the show so far, guys, do hit those buttons, do like, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all your support. But look, let's get cracking. We're looking at Bournemouth mids, as always. Many have bought one Bournemouth midfielder already. There is an argument now, I think, to buy two. Impressive versus Southampton. We're going to see my team in a second. But before we do, I bought Dango, and we can see the pass map, the average position map, from the game just gone. We went into the game week saying, who's the best option? Is it Semenyo, Kluivert or Dango? I think that performance at the weekend showed me one thing, that Dango is the standout option. Some of us knew that. Some of us thought that. It might change week on week. There'll be games where Semenyo's the best. There'll be games when Kluivert's the best. At the weekend, Dango had the best expected numbers. He had the most FPL points, the best average position, and he almost played 90. Semenyo did play 90. Kluivert off at 75. You're going to see that a bit with Kluivert. He does get hooked earlier than the rest. Dango's got the average position, though. Look at it. You're getting the number 9. And by the way, he's about 20% cheaper than Kluivert. So again, money matters, right? I think I still rank Dango 1. If you own Dango and want a second one, it's Semenyo and Kluivert. Both are brilliant, right? You don't need to sell or make switches, but I do think Dango is the number 1 pick given the choice. And by the way, he's really lowly owned, is Dango. 2.9% owned. Yeah. And look, the Bournemouth fixtures are brilliant, right? It's an entry point of Wolves at home. And then you've got Brighton, Spurs, Brentford. They do play in game week 29 as well. And then off the back of that blank in 29, it's Ipswich. Yes, please. So look, this is where I'm at with Bournemouth mids. We like them all. But there are other midfielders I like. Before I show you a comparison between two proper differentials, let me just call out Smith Rowe. Really good option. He's back in the team at Fulham. He's scoring goals. Matoma, he's more expensive, but we like Matoma. And Nwaneri is 4.5. I don't love the Nwaneri call. He's going to be a transfer out waiting to happen, I think, in a few weeks' time when Saka and Martinelli are back fit. But for now, sure, he's good and he's 4.5 million. You've got to be willing to make a transfer on him down the line. And I don't think Arsenal are going to score that many goals. But Nwaneri has been brilliant. He was against Leicester, and 4.5 million is clearly a steal. But my two favourites, if you're going differential, were these two. Kevin Schade and Yakuba Minter. Now, Yakuba Minter is 0.6% owned. He's getting a run of games. Really good against Chelsea. And the entry point is Southampton. Brighton are going to blow Southampton away, aren't they? Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham, and they play in the blank game week. I don't mind this as a punt. If you're looking for Ahmad replacements, guys, he is 0.6% owned. I just want to call out some differentials, right? Of course, I like Smith Rowe, I like Nwaneri, but Kevin Schade, again, under 1% owned, 0.7%, getting a run of games. He's started the last 3. In tough games, like against Man City and Liverpool, Schade misses out because they play a back 5 and a front 2 of Mbeumo and Wissa. But against easier opposition, they play a back 4 and they play these 2 up top. Kevin Schade with Mbeumo and Wissa, these 3 up top. And that's good for Brentford. And it's working. Against Leicester, Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, you can expect them to play 3 up top, and Schade will be one of them. I do think Wissa and Mbeumo are better options, but Kevin Schade is much cheaper. I can't reach a Wissa or an Mbeumo. Kevin Schade works for my team. Definitely someone I'm considering. So look, there's some options for you. Just wanted to present that because I do think it's a topical debate at the moment. The budget mids, Bournemouth are the best, but there are other options out there. But let's talk a little bit about my team, shall we? Because this is how I'm set. I've got Pickford, Lewis Hall, Daniel Munoz and Trent. Because of Pickford, I'm going to bench Mykolenko as my first sub, and I think I'm just going to give Lewis Hall the edge. He's got Forest at home. Mykolenko, good home fixture against Man United too. The midfield of Palmer has to stay in this team, guys. I know you were getting frustrated with Cole Palmer. I am too. And Chelsea are bad. I don't expect much from Cole Palmer against Aston Villa. But in game week 27, Cole Palmer is Southampton. And in game week 28, he is Leicester. Southampton and Leicester, for Cole Palmer, you simply cannot drop him ahead of those 2 fixtures. They're big ceiling games for Cole Palmer. Chelsea should win them and they'll dominate the ball. Alongside Palmer, we have Rodgers. We've got Salah. And of course, we've got my newest signing in Dango. Very happy to have Dango in the team, by the way. And then up front, we've got Ollie Watkins, fresh off his 9-pointer. Glad I bought him in on a -4. And again, Chelsea up next for Watkins is fine. Gakpo should be fit and ready to go. And then Isak, not selling him. As things stand, I've got Emery in, I've got 1 free transfer, and I've got 0.4 in the bank. So where am I making my moves this week? Well, simply put, I'm interested in buying potentially a midfielder. I could sell a Rodgers to one of the guys just mentioned, or I could sell an Enzo. However, if I sell an Enzo, I give myself a benching dilemma. It means benching Rodgers. I think Rodgers versus Chelsea is fine. So before committing, I'm going to see how Rodgers looks against Liverpool. Remember, there is another game this game week. Aston Villa play Liverpool. And I'm going to decide, if Rodgers and Villa look good, I'm not going to make a transfer in my team. I like those midfielders, but I'm going to keep Rodgers in against Chelsea. I'm going to keep Enzo on the bench. And I'm going to give myself another week to think about it, because I know I'm making a manager transfer. And there are various options when we're talking about managers, aren't there? Yeah, we all know them. And by the way, guys, before we talk about those managerial options, of which there are many, I'd love it if you like and subscribe. Thank you. But if you do want to support the channel in a different way, like, you can hit the join button below and become a channel member. You can join the WhatsApp group if you fancy. That's for Ultras members, squad members. All memberships come with priority questions and answers. Anytime you've got a question, just hit me up on any of my videos. I'll always get back to you. I try and get back to everyone anyway. Do drop a comment in this video, whether you're a member or not. I'll make sure I respond. But also extra content. I do extra YouTube videos for both tiers of membership. So yeah, come by and check it out. Managers. When we look at the fixture list for game week 26, there are a few different options, but there's not many. There's certainly not many for bonus. You know, when we're talking about assistant managers getting 10 bonus points for causing a huge upset by beating a team 5 or more places above them, or half that for a draw, 5 bonus for a draw. I can't see myself backing Van Nistelrooy to beat Brentford. I just can't. Like, you've got to back a manager who, yes, can get bonus, but 2, who you actually think it could happen. Like, I can't see Van Nistelrooy getting anything. Therefore, I will not be going there. And there's very few little bonus options actually out there. There's 1 or 2 floating around. I hoped Pep Guardiola could get bonus versus Liverpool, but he can't because they won. If Newcastle had won that, I may have gone Pep. But look, with the money I got in the bank, I can only reach 1.2 million anyway. I'd have to take a 4-point hit to spend on a Pep or a Slot or an Arteta. And I'm fine. I'm quite happy spending 1.2 or less. There are 2 budget options I like that are the same price as Emery at 0.8 or even cheaper. They are Bournemouth versus Wolves. I'm not going on Wolves, by the way, who Vitor Pereira could get bonus. And I like Wolves, but no, it'd be Bournemouth at home who are flying. Bournemouth to beat Wolves. Could go Iraola. Or Herzler. Herzler to beat Southampton. Herzler is away from home, but the way Southampton are playing. And Brighton, yes, they lost 7-0 only 2 weeks ago to Forest away from home, but they've just had back-to-back wins versus Chelsea. I quite like the Herzler shout. Let me know below which options you like. But Herzler and Iraola, because I'm not going to get bonus here, I have to think about clean sheet chances and have to think about goal potential. Every goal gets you an extra point. Every clean sheet gets you +2. I see Brighton having a better chance of a clean sheet than Bournemouth, I think. But I see goals, again, I think I see Brighton scoring more than Bournemouth. If I'm looking at a 3 or 4-0 win, I think it's Brighton. So at the moment, I think Herzler's the favourite to get the armband for me. But watch this space. I'll reveal more in my team selection video later in the week. These are, of course, just my early thoughts. So that's my team. That's my captain. That's my fixtures I like. But what about captaincy? We've not spoken about captaincy, and it's a big one this week because Mo Salah's got City away. Now, look, I think he could do well against City away. I don't hate the fixture. But am I looking to go Mo Salah this week and the armband? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to go a little bit rogue. I think I'm going to back Isak. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why? He plays a really good defence in Forest, and Newcastle just lost and looked really bad. I like Newcastle at home as a rule of thumb. And yes, they had an off day in Manchester at the weekend. But so did Forest. Forest against Fulham, it was ugly. Yes, it was a 2-1 win, but look at this shot map from between the posts. 24 shots for Fulham against Forest, an XG of 2.22. Forest went to Fulham and got absolutely dominated. You see all those shots, all those little circles. If you're listening on podcast, do try and check out the YouTube if you can. A ton of shots in the box. 20 shots in the box Fulham had against Forest, against Matt Sales and co. Now, if Newcastle get 20 shots in the box, Alexander Isak is hauling. He's absolutely mega hauling if Newcastle get 20 in the box shots against Nottingham Forest. Now, I think Newcastle are better than Fulham, and I think Newcastle can go and do this to Forest because they'll dominate the ball, and I think they'll bounce back from a heavy defeat against Man City. So I really like the Isak captaincy shout this week, guys. I know Salah's great, but I'm happy to punt. And when you're chasing, when you're at my rank at 1.2 million, you just got to play a little bit different. So Isak for me, I think. But let's see. My thoughts might change in the week. So look, there we go. We've done captaincy. We've done potential transfers. I'm interested in a midfielder. I don't know if I'll go there. Let's see how Rodgers plays at the weekend. And of course, we've done assistant manager chat as well. It's been quickfire. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, show your appreciation for the video by hitting the like button. But most importantly, subscribing and commenting below would be wicked. I'll see you for another chat in the week with a very special guest. Stay tuned. See you later. Bye-bye.